What should I eat, Victor? Should I eat eggs? Should I eat meat? Can I take protein powder? I want to be big. I want to be fit. I want to lose 20 kilos. So I get a lot of people asking me, of course, over the last 20, 30, nearly 40 years, asking me, what should I eat? Now, I'm no expert, but I am. Because, you know, when you have a Google in your hand, you're an expert, right? So anyway, in the last many, many years, I found the best way to look after myself. And I'm about to show it to you. So regardless of what your goal is, whether it's losing 20 kilos or just wanting to tighten up your abs a little bit, or you want to add 10 kilos of 20 kilos of muscles on your body to become a bodybuilder, or whatever the goal is, may I just ask you to agree with me that health is the most important thing. And when it comes to health, there's nothing more important than to feed the 100 trillion bacteria that's in your tummy. There's about 2 kilos of these little babies in your tummy that says, feed me, feed me. These are the good guys. These are the guys we need to feed. Why? Because they fight disease. To be honest, science doesn't know all the purpose of that. They're only starting to discover new functions of this bacteria. We must feed those bacteria with things that you see right here on my piano. Mushrooms, broccoli, okra, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, cabbage, kale. Boring stuff. Stuff that many children don't like eating. You've got to eat these. You've got to have this every day. These are food you cannot overeat. You know what? I've got a bottle here. It's not what it says here. It's a bottle of olive oil, 750 milliliters of olive oil. I would consume this in less than a week. Personally, this is my personal bottle. Don't touch it or I'll kill you. No, I won't. So olive oil, cook these, but I'm going to show you how to cook it. So this is the first and foremost. Ginger and garlic, lemons, onions. I will have these things to fight virus and bacteria. Okay, so I think you can strengthen your body to fight your virus. They don't actually kill the virus, but these are important as well. You don't have to have them every day, but if you have them every day, you cannot overdose. There are things you can never overdose. These are the things. These are the things. Personally, I don't take too much onion because I think I'm a little bit allergic to it. You have to tailor this to your body and your taste. But I can guarantee you, unless you are allergic to any of these, you can eat them endlessly. Let me show you something. The only complex carbohydrates I would eat regularly would be basmati rice and sweet potatoes. These are low GI. This is 50 in the GI scale. 50. Normal rice is about 70 to 80, if I'm not wrong, if you look it up yourself. So this is twice as beneficial. In other words, it will not spike your blood sugar. Same thing with sweet potatoes. Why is this important? Because, well, you're like a car that needs fuel. You need to have energy to go to the gym, to work, to function. You need carbohydrates at some level. You don't need a lot of it. And you won't, to be honest, if you don't eat these, you will not die. If you eat just the vegetables and your meats and fish, you will not die with olive oil because they contain carbohydrates as well, but it may not be enough. So I eat these almost every day in small amounts, remembering that this is twice as efficient for your body as normal rice. And stay away from normal potatoes. Sweet potatoes is the only potatoes I would eat. So the first thing I do is chop up my vegetables into bite size. If you could put this in your mouth and chew it, that's the size I want it. You know, same as Brussels sprouts, you want to cut them into the size where you can eat it, right? I haven't washed this because I'll be washing them afterwards. Same as broccoli, you know, you want it to be, you know, just little pieces. Don't just chuck the whole thing in. Yeah, let me chop it up and see and show you what I do next, okay? Very simple. I've got a large pot. The bigger the better, I think. Yeah. I throw in the kale and the okra, okay? I throw that in, and the Brussels sprouts. These are the Brussels sprouts, right? Now I'm gonna leave the mushroom and the broccoli behind. Why? Because these take about 10 minutes longer to cook. Now if you cook them together, by the way, I'm boiling this in water. Just water. Haven't washed them yet. Doesn't matter. We can wash it after you cook it. I'm lazy. Oh, did I mention to you that I'm lazy? So I'm now going to fill this up with water. Very conveniently, the tap is here. So I fill it up with water. Okay, I'll let it fill up with water. I'll let it boil. I don't even put salt. I don't put salt in the water. I don't want to waste salt. You know, I use good quality salt. Oh, by the way, use good quality salt. Sea salt, Himalayan salt. If any other reason, if for any other reason, but that the fact that table salt, this stuff, this is not mine by the way, it's not good for you. It's got impurities and it goes into your blood and it can lacerate your blood vessels. It can lacerate, it can cut your blood vessels. It's going to cause death eventually. That's not my opinion. That's actually scientific, okay? So I would use some sea salt and I buy, excuse me, I'll just, yeah, okay, so this is what I use, a lot of it. Oh, okay, overflow. So there you are. I've got this ready to boil. By the way, while my vegetables are boiling, I just want to say this. If you're lazy like I am, you chop this with the skin on, wash it, chop them into pieces that you desire, and boil it with the vegetables. Why not? Experiment a little bit. You don't want it to be too soft, so maybe wait a little while before you put them in. Also it depends on how thick you are going to chop. So my vegetables are now boiling. It took about 15 minutes for it to boil, come to boil, actually boiling. Now it's time to drop all these in there. Okay, just showing it to you. Drop them all in there, push it into the water so they get all that hot water, and leave the cap on, leave the lid on, the lid on. If you want, you can, the flame is off, okay? Be careful with this piece of cloth. I kind of just, it's cooking. Leave it there for about 15 minutes and we'll see what to do next, okay? Arugula, rocket lettuce. Always have one of these in the fridge, ready to eat. Eat it every day. Eat it as much as you want. If you don't like the taste, no one likes the taste. Balsamic vinegar and olive oil. And chew it like a cow. I made this myself. You can find out how to make them. This is sauerkraut. Sauerkraut made from cabbage. Very, very good for your gut bacteria. I add these to my rocket lettuce along with olive oil. So it actually becomes delicious. Okay, so get on to sauerkraut. You can buy them from your supermarket or you can make them yourself. How do you make them? YouTube. all these are ready to go. I've checked them. I think they look edible. Okay. You don't want it to be too overcooked already. Now I've got a straining device on a pot. Be careful, it's very, very hot. Pour it all in there to strain it off. It's all there, goody, goody, goody. This is dry now, right? So, take off the water. And I let it drain. Okay, sometimes I'm so lazy. Sometimes I get so lazy that that's it, it's done. But if you want to, give it a wash, because remember, we didn't really wash the vegetables. But the vegetables have been boiling, so I guess whatever germs there are, they're dead. But you know, you can wash it under running water. You know, if anything else is cooling it, that's fine. So it's cooler to handle. Now, all that good stuff, I've got a storage container, right? And very carefully, of course, very carefully, it's still hot, pour it into the container. Whoa, look at that. Look how good that looks. It almost looks like it's raw, but if you look closer, you can see that it's soft. Why don't we eat them raw? Why not? It's supposed to be good, right? No, you cannot, because your stomach will get upset. You're not built to do it. So here we go. Got this huge container of vegetables. In the fridge it goes. It's ready to feed my health and my well-being. In my way of thinking, eating has to do with energy, building of your body, because your cells die every day. They die and they get replaced. So you need protein. And actually the most important, the third, is to fight infection and diseases. To me, that was the vegetables and the olive oil and the balsamic vinegar and the ginger and the garlic and the lemon, actually. Right. So let's talk about the protein part, which is also very important, whether you're trying to be a professional bodybuilder or you're just trying to make sure that you are anti-aging, because that's what it's all about too. If you have muscles, then you're not old. If you have, you know, and it's not just about your biceps, it's about your legs and your lower back, your midsection, your chest, your shoulders, all that stuff, whether you're a woman or a man or otherwise. Eggs, I like my beef sausage. Liver, I love duck. I don't eat chicken. I don't trust chicken. That's another story for another day. So these are stuff I like eating. Liver is very nutritious, very packed with nutrition. Not delicious, but necessary. You can eat it occasionally, or if you really hate it, don't eat it. I have up to 8 eggs a day. 8 a day. Now, very quickly, 2 meals a day for me, they will include about 250 grams of meat, of this stuff. Steak, pork, 250 grams of each of the 2 meals I have. But in the morning, I would have 4 to 6 eggs. 4 to 6 eggs. With olive oil, a lot of olive oil, sesame oil, and some balsamic vinegar. With my coffee. I love my coffee in the morning with honey in it. Before I go to sleep, I would have 2 eggs. Not every night. Only if I feel like, you know, I don't think I can sleep because it feels a bit empty. The good thing about being healthy is you get this hunger that only teenagers get. That's what you want. Anyway, these are what I would cook the way you want to cook it. You know, it's very expensive to buy grass-fed beef. Very expensive. It's very expensive to buy any food seafood that's ocean caught. Not many people can afford it regularly. I don't know about you, but I'm not willing to spend that much all the time. I would say 20% of my protein comes from really expensive sources, 20, 30%. The rest of the time I'll just make do, right? Sausage. But I make sure that I take fish oil or krill oil to balance my omega-3. Fish oil every single day. It's important. Supplementation, that's another story for another day. But anyway, I wish you the very best. Eat your protein, eat your probiotics, your vegetables, and don't eat too much carbs. You don't need it. This is for you, Milo. Listen, Milo, you know that last bit I said you don't need to eat a lot of carbs? That doesn't apply to you. You are 17 years old. You're burning energy like crazy, so go and eat your whatever you've got to eat. Rice, even some noodles if you like, but stay away from wheat and sugar if you can. I know it's not possible most of the time, but yeah. So eat it. Eat it.